the Black Stars have taken a giant step toward qualifying for the World Cup. We are supposed to be all happy as, Ghanaians that this is happening, and celebrating the fact that our players are contributing and doing well. However, I want to touch on Benjamin Asare and the fact that some people are going to bed tonight unhappy that he has had a clean sheet today. Forget the fact that he's part of the national team, and that is what everybody wants from their national team. As many clean sheets as possible, less concession of goals, but there are people who are still not happy with that. First of all, in his last 5 games for club and now country, he's had clean sheets. I hear the argument about his stop ratio, that in the league he does not have enough shots that come to him, and so the quality of the opposition and so on and so forth. However, I'm always accused of speaking and asking for context, because I think context builds every single argument into a talkable, a more sensible, a more robust point. The context for Benjamin Asare is that before he came into this Black Star setup, there were a number of undeniable concessions that the team made. There was Manaf, there was Lawrence Atizigi, all were tried, there was Jojo Wolacott. For some reason, and I don't want to go into the science yet, the fact of the matter is that these goalkeepers conceded more than Benjamin Asare is. In football, there's something we say about you are as good as your last game. In the last 6 games that Benjamin Asare has played in, what have been his numbers? He's as good as those. And where I'm concerned is that people seem to be actively waiting for him to fail. I recall before the Mali game, people said, Mali is coming. They are this. We saw what Mali's record was, right? When the under Tom Saintfiet, they were coming in with an incredible record before they met Ghana. The Black Stars dispatched them. And yet, people said, Mali are very good in the qualifying, but they are still not A-star. And today I've seen comments. When he meets Morocco, when he meets Egypt, when he meets the Senegals. Have you seen Senegal in the last game before this match day against DRC? Do you know how brittle Egypt are, even with Mo Salah? Are you aware? Morocco, obviously they are an A-star team, but they went to the World Cup, got to the semi-final, and they were absolutely shit in the AFCON. Look, what hurts me is that most of this talk is only because he's a Ghana Premier League player. And I got triggered to do this video because of this particular comment, where this person says, because Asare plays in the Ghana Premier League. Dude, Fatah Dauda before the 2014 World Cup, he was playing in South Africa for Orlando Pirates before we took him, but he had just left the Ghana Premier League not long before. Fatah Dauda is not doing anything, or was not doing anything remarkably special that Benjamin Asare is not doing for you to say that Asare will fail against better opposition. But assuming that is even the case, why are we not allowing the team to succeed together when we all accuse them of failing together? When they failed to qualify for the AFCON, Kudus put out a statement. He said, we lost together and we failed together. Jordan Ayew's statement as, you remember that statement? He said, we lost together as a team. You can't single out anybody and we should rebuild together. What is this diversionary talk and this discriminatory talk about Ben Asare? As if he's doing absolutely nothing for the team. There's a video of him that we've posted on our pages today where he was caught in a situation where an on-rushing player from Central African Republic was coming toward him. He thought fast, he weighed his options, dribbled, kicked the ball out with his weaker foot, which was his left foot. And people say it was bad. It was not good. If it was against an opposition like Cristiano Ronaldo against Erling Haaland. Guys, look, I think it's really disappointing that we sit here and say that we don't give Ghanaians, not even Ghanaian football players, that the Ghanaian psyche is inward looking, we are not confident. And then we have a goalkeeper who the technical team have thought to be good enough. And we spent effort. We spent time tearing down this goalkeeper. Even when the stats say that he is not bad. He's giving you clean sheets. Let me go to the other thing that I want to talk about. When you speak to Black Stars players, okay, and please, for those of you out there who have access to them, journalists, whatnot, if you have access to the Black Stars players, please speak to them. And they'll tell you this, I'm going to tell you. And with Manaf in goal, with Atizigi in goal, and now with Benjamin Asari in goal, even with Wolacott, and Otwado, right? We continuously chopped and changed our defenses. Chopped and changed our defenses. Even in this year, our games, in our Black Stars games this year, if I'm not mistaken, checking from the numbers before coming to record this, Otwado has not kept the same back four twice. If you have a team that chops and changes goalkeepers, that chops and changes defenders, and yet the goalkeeper is still able to keep clean sheets behind different sets of goalkeepers, why do you rubbish the goalkeeper? Because the rule of thumb is that because there will be no consistency in defense, there will be no chemistry, there will be no cohesion. But if somehow this goalkeeper is able to commandeer his back four, have we asked the defenders what their opinion is of this goalkeeper? And why they seem to trust this goalkeeper? I've also seen talk that, oh look, they don't give him back passes because they don't trust him. Well, they do. I'll just wrap up by saying that, look, Asari in the league, you say he's not facing good enough opposition. All right, fair. He plays in the national team against the top-ranked African opposition in our group, because that's what every group in the World Cup is, right? Teams that have played in preliminaries have been seeded, they have been put in pots, and it has been whittled down to the last number of teams in every group. So, yes, we may not be facing Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria and Egypt and Senegal and Morocco, but that is not our fault. We were through a very scientific process given this group. And against that group, Benjamin Asari is commandeering defenses and giving us clean sheets. Please, give the lad a break. If you can't support him, I get it. But please, don't rain on his parade. Don't shit on the guy. God bless our homeland, Ghana.